everyone. Welcome to Online Equestrian Lessons. I'm Katie, and I am a CHA certified instructor here at Hedgebrook Stables. We are going to be starting a video series on training the young horse. And we've got Moose here. He's a 4-year-old Gypsy Gelding, and he's going to be kind of helping us and along through our young horse series. And hopefully my goal is to kind of help you guys with training your young horses. So he is broke to ride, but he's still a little bit green as far as suppleness, going round into the bridle, things like that. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I like to lunge a young horse. Now he is already broke to the lunge. He knows how to, stay out on a circle pretty well. He knows how to whoa, walk, trot. He needs a little bit of work on canter. But today we're going to be starting him in side reins, so I'm going to show you how I do that. So I like to use either side reins or a neck stretcher with a young horse. It really just helps them to kind of be able to figure out how to give to the bit pressure, how to go round, how to stretch down and stretch up over their top line without a rider having to be out up there kind of wearing your hands out as a rider, trying to get them to go round, having to kind of wear his mouth out. So the side reins are just going to be able to help him to kind of figure out his balance on his own, how to figure out sort of what he's supposed to do with the bit on his own, and how to go round, how to give that pressure, things like that. So I've got side reins attached to him here. You want to use side reins that have a donut. So as you can see, it's got this little donut, a rubber donut here, and it will stretch and give to the horse. I don't like to use the elastic side reins. You can use them, but some horses that are a little bit strong will learn how to kind of push their weight against it. So, and just pull and be a little bit heavy in their mouth. So I really like the donut, but if the elastic's all you have, you can use that. And with a horse that's really sensitive with their mouth, they're okay to use. So when I start a horse out in side reins, I always like to use them really loose. So you don't want to tighten them up as far as you're going to eventually at first, because they can get a little bit nervous and you don't want to have an accident. So just start them out really loose, and I like to hook them to the girth. Depending on your horse and what you're wanting their headset to be at first, you might start higher, you might start lower. I'm actually going to slide his down a little bit, because my goal for him, because he likes to be a little bit of a stargazer and put his head up, I want to start low, and I want him just to learn to stretch down and relax. So that's how we're going to start him today. So I'm going to go ahead and take him out here. Now, if you don't know how to lunge, I might make another video on that. But this is going to be for the horse that does know somewhat of lunging, and we're going to go ahead and start training him to give to the pressure of the bit and start stretching down long and low. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out here a little ways. And then, as you can see, he's got his side reins here. I'm going to go ahead and slide them down a little bit more. I like hooking them to the girth rather than the saddle, because for the young horse, I want them to start stretching long and low. So you can hook them way down here, and that's really going to help him to start stretching. So they're just really loose right now, but that's how we're going to start him out, just so he can kind of get used to it. And the first thing we want him to do is just go forward. Okay, so I'm going to take him out here. Hopefully you can see this pretty well. So kind of the basics of lunging, I'm going to be facing my belly button toward sort of his center, sort of the middle of his belly there. My left hand, or if I'm going the other way, my right hand. My left hand has got the lunge line, and then my right hand has got his whip. So we're kind of creating a triangle here. Okay, so right now he's kind of opening and closing his mouth, just kind of getting used to the side reins thing on him. But as you can see, when he walks, each side of the bit is sort of pulled by the side reins, working each side of his mouth. What that's going to do is it's going to reins is perfect. I wouldn't go any more right now. Good, stretch down. Stretch. And relax. Good boy. Good boy. Stretch. Yes. Good boy. I like to use any kind of commands or words that you can think of that you can use all the time. So I tell him stretch, relax, and then when he does that, I say good boy and give him sort of a release or a reward. And eventually all you're going to have to do is tell your horse to stretch down, and they'll stretch down without you having to use any much of an aid on the rein. But telling them those words with a little bit of give and release on your lunge line, that's really going to help them to start learning to just relax and kind of learning what you're wanting. Just like when you tell your horse walk, trot, canter on the lunge, you can use those same words for teaching him to stretch down. Good boy. All right. Good. So he might flap just a little bit as he's going into trot and those side reins are pulling on him. What you want to think is just go forward, because you don't want him to stop and then start backing up and he may rear. With those side reins kind of pulling on him, sometimes they can get a little nervous. Like right there. Forward. Good boy. You want to think forward. Forward is your friend. So I'm going to keep pushing him into that bit. If you push him forward, what's going to happen is he's going to go forward, then he's going to reach that point where the bit's kind of creating a wall in his mouth where he can't go up with his head anymore. And then he'll start figuring out that he can find the soft spot, stretch down, and have a release. Good. Stretch down. And relax. Good boy. And they may go back to walk because they find it hard. Just keep going. Don't let them walk. Don't let them have a reward or a release until they stretch down and you get the action that you want. Stretch down. And yes. And yes. Now I'm walking a little bit of a circle with him here, so I can keep my lunge line as short as I want to. You don't have to just stand still. I'm kind of driving him forward here. Make sure you're standing far enough away, especially with the young horse, that if they decide to buck and kick sideways, that you don't get hit. Good. Sit down. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. There, he gave a little bit, so I'm going to let him walk forward. I never let my young horses just stop. Always, when you come back from canter or trot, always walk forward, like at least 10 steps to a circle. Always make them walk forward into that bit, and then when you're ready, you actually stop. And good boy. Okay, so he did give there at the trot just for a slight second, and that's all it takes to give them a reward, because that was a lot of mental thinking for him, and young horses can definitely start shutting down when their brain gets kind of fried. So even if you get the action that you're wanting, or the reaction that you're wanting or looking for, even for a split second, reward that. I can almost promise you the next day you come out, even if that's all you did, even if you put right there, the next day you come out, your horse is going to be a lot better. They don't ever forget. Okay, so what we do one way, we always do the other way. Now, every horse has a harder side. For him, this side is harder. He always wants to turn around and go the other way, so I'm going to have to be extra careful to really make him go the direction I want. Now, he took off and trot there, and that's fine because he's going forward, and he's also giving to the bit a little bit. So we'll Relax and give. Stretch. As soon as he stretches down, I'm going to ask him to walk. You can add a little bit of inside bend with your lunge line. Sometimes that helps him to stretch down a little bit. So as you can see, going this way, he's a little bit unbalanced. He's kind of carrying his haunches into the center a little bit, and he's a little bit disunited in the front, kind of with his head bend and everything. He's really crooked. So if your horse is doing that, you can kind of take your lunge line, and you don't even have to hit him with it, but just swing it towards the hindquarters and have them start stepping over a little bit, kind of like spreading on the circle. You want their inside hind legs to stretch underneath their body, and then to take a bigger step with their outside outside leg. Kind of get the correct bend on the circle. Good. And walk on. Make him march forward. So that was really nice right there. He really started to get soft and supple with the bridle. And stretch down into it and start relaxing. Good boy. Alright, so now we're just going to walk a little bit. Now, because he is really not there yet with the bridle, I probably would take the side reins off to start cantering. So I'm going to go ahead and take the side reins, just flip them to the saddle. We want a nice canter start, and we don't want him to come up when he's trying to lift himself up the canter and hit the bit. Until he's a little bit more supple and a little bit more there with the bit. So I am going to go ahead and start and ask him to canter on the circle, because when we canter him on the lunge line, that's gonna go up for when we're riding him and help us with cantering when we're on it. Okay. Now when you're cantering along a young horse on the lunge line, it may not go very well. They may, canter straight and then kind of pull you off. They may, kind of rush around, gallop around. I mean, you just never know with the young horse, because they're going to be a little bit unbalanced. They're not going to be able to canter a really nice circle at first, but that's why lunging is really important. It's really going to help them with their balance. Okay, trot. Good boy. Wait. And canter. Good boy. Just make forward and make him go. Good, trot. Now, your transitions are going to be really important, so if you get a couple good steps of canter, come back to trot. So we're going to try that again. Canter. Good boy. And trot. And walk. And roll. That was much better, so he didn't pull that time. He had a nice canter, so we're going to really reward that. Good boy. Make sure you really reward your young horses. So important. This is all so new to them. Good boy. All right, so we're going to go the other way now. Good boy. Okay. Canter. Wrong lead, but that's okay. He went. Good boy. Good boy. That was a good try, even though he was on the wrong lead. Canter. on. So let him come in. And then walk. Good boy. He's like, I'm ready to be done there. No, keep going, keep walking. And then woo. Woo. Good. Woo. Woo. Now I don't really want him to come into me because what he's wanting to do is change direction. So nope. I always like to do the opposite of what they're wanting to do unless it's a good thing, but that was not. I want him to stop out on the circle. So you can either take your lunge line and point it at their head and then ask them to whoa, and if they start coming into you, you can wave whip, sorry. Okay, whoa. Easy, whoa. Stop coming in. You have to stop out on the circle. And whoa. There was a nice stop on a circle. Good boy. Good. That's something to reward for. Okay. So that's kind of a look at how I would lunge a young horse. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And I certainly hope that helps you kind of have a look at how you could work with your own young horse. So I hope y'all have a great day and follow our video series. We're going to do some riding as well and working with the young horse on just becoming a good snaffle horse. So yeah, so continue watching and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.